Hey, hello, Reggie.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. How's your day been? You look very chilled over there.
It's been cool, relaxing, sitting here doing a bunch of nothing.
A bunch of nothing on a Saturday.
The
Hmm.
life,
I
that's the
wish I
life.
wish I could I wish I could say the same, but hey, never mind. Um yeah. It's been one of those days where you plan things and sometimes things don't go how you want them to go, but you just take each day as it comes and just keep it moving. Yeah,
That's all
just
you can
keep
do.
it moving. Yes. Okay, we've got a few people here. Hey, Ask Sun Kiss, hello, and how are you? Good to see you here. And guys, I am your I'm your host, and that's the co-host. I was going to say I'm your co-host. I am your host. I am the Afro Atheist. Some of you already know my story. I born and raised in Africa for my formative years, and I was a Christian for the longest, born to Christian parents. And now I'm no longer a Christian. I'm now a very proud atheist. And so I was someone sent me a message and said, "Oh, you should check out this guy on YouTube. You should check him out. He's Nigerian. He's got good ideas. Oh, he's this." And I was thinking, "Oh, wow, nice." Went over there. Really good ideas. He's going after Islam. Most of his videos now is going after Islam. When he's not talking against the LGBTQ, when he's not talking against the trans people, we're talking Islam. But I don't know how. Well, I later found out. Okay, he's a Christian, and oh sugar, Christian. So when a Christian starts going after Muslims, I feel like maybe pause. That finger you're pointing at the other religion, how about point that right back at yourself?
Exactly.
So Reggie, this is the what we're about to do. And he is a big YouTuber, 300 and something thousand followers, right? And so he was in conversation with this lady who is hey everyone, let's see, we've got Dima. Hey Dima, good to see you. Ask some kids. Pandemus. Hey Pandemus, how are you? Pandemus, the Pan-African atheist. I love your name. Pandemus, I love your name. Reggie, introduce yourself. Some people may not know who Reggie is. Go on and introduce yourself.
I'm Godless Reggie. I do shows about religion, sports, politics, uh, popular topics. I'm on here. I'm on TikTok. TikTok, I run debates. Well, host and co-host on people's debate shows about religion. Um, I was born, well, I don't know. I was gonna say I was born a Christian, but now that I'm on the outside looking in, it's not even possible. My mother was a Christian. I have a Christian name, well, last name anyway. Um, most of my family's Christian. Um, they don't agree with my beliefs. I
Or
don't believe
lack of beliefs, you mean?
right or lack thereof. Yes, and I'm the only one in my family like this. And the reason why I am like this is because I read it and it doesn't make any sense. You know.
Right. So yes, hello. Let's see. We've got Dima. I feel you. Godless Reggie wants a day to feel the Cuban blunt. Oh, Dima, do you smoke as well, Dima? Do you? Hey, D Bodro, I've missed you. Where have you been? Long time no see. Where have you been? Stephanie, aka Gloria. Oh, okay. Is this Gloria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Interesting. Salute, Reggie. Right. Pandemic says salute. Hey, Mojo. Hello, and good to see you, Mojo. Okay, guys. So the lady who the gentleman, he is, the name of his channel is A Nigerian Perspective with Frank. He was in conversation with another lady that I adore. I actually adore her. I've recently came across her videos, and just enjoying her perspective on Israel and Palestine, that sort of that conversation, just hearing from, I think she's from Israel. I'm not 100%. I think she's from Israel. So the two of them had a conversation recently and decided to do a second conversation. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, I was watching this thinking, this is what religion will do to you. So Frank, he's a Christian. Rebecca, I'm not sure what her religious beliefs are or aren't. I don't know if she's religious or not. She comes across like someone who isn't religious, but maybe, I honestly do not know. I will have to figure this out. But the questions, the conversation between both of them, Reggie, it was painful, Reggie.
I already know it's gonna piss me off. I can
It
tell.
was painful. I don't know about pissing you off, Reggie. I don't know about if it will piss you off. I do know that it will. It's frustrating for a religious person because this was a beat down, in my opinion. This was a beat down. There's no recovery from this. So yes, let's. She is Israeli. Thank you. Okay. Oh, so you don't smoke, Dima? All right. Oh, is Gloria? Gloria, is that Gloria? Is that Gloria? Okay.
No, it's because Demas, the Pan African. It's because, all right. On one hand, this is what she told me what's finna happen. Right? She told me that a coon is finna come on here and talk with a person that's a colonizer. Them two things I don't like. So
Okay. Okay, no, Reggie. She is not. I don't think she's a practicing Jew. I think she's just Jew by
oh, she does
because
she live in
she's.
does she live in Israel?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is about the conversation. It's not about. I don't know a lot about these two. So Reggie, this is about the conversation. Okay,
Okay.
good. All right. Let's see. George is pre-mad. All right, let's do this. So I will not. I think it's about an hour and a half long. So I wouldn't start at at the very beginning. I would start at the point where I thought, okay, this is where the conversation started to get interesting for me. So, okay, she lives in Israel. So she lives in Israel, Reggie.
She's a colonizer then.
How, she's not.
What she look like?
She's not a
What does she
colonizer. I
what does
get
she
it
look
that her
what
people, had the history of doing it. Okay, but
what
this
she
is
look like?
where these lines start to blur a
If she
bit.
ain't Palestinian,
You're going to,
she's
you're going to
automatically a
see her.
colonizer.
You're going to see her in a minute. You're going to see her. Okay, you're going to see her. That's it. That's what she looks like.
Colonizer.
What do you mean?
They're
Oh,
not
Reggie.
from there. They're not from there. It's not possible for you to look like that and be from that region. What she is she's a Ashkenazi Jew, which means her people were brought there by the UN in 1940, whatever. She's a colonizer. She's the definition of it.
Okay, that's a conversation for another day. That's a conversation for another day because that's not what this is about at all. Okay, all right, Reggie, get yourself ready.
And it stopped going down when the West started sipping into the Middle East. So when I say it, almost like those, but it's the same thing in Syria, was completely almost empty. Egypt, Algeria, all the whole Middle East population.
Okay, where about? Let's see.
For U.S. Western colonization of the area.
Let's be honest. I think it's Israeli colonization. I think it should be
Israel,
us.
It will not allow you people. You want to once you
No, I
already
don't trust Americans.
have
I don't trust the
population, right?
Europeans. I don't trust
I
them.
don't trust them either because they're going to inflict them with woke mentality.
Yes, exactly. That's like
Now
from one type
he
of zombie to another type of zombie.
He doesn't like the woke mob. He doesn't like, you know, liberals and that sort of thing. I think he's very much. I think he's conservative. I'm not entirely sure, but Reggie, I know you've heard something already that's already pissing you off, right?
Okay, yeah, and I'm reading something that's pissing me off. Reggie must not know whom sold the slaves to white people. It wasn't white people. Under duress with guns. So that's on that.
Well,
Him,
come on, come on.
him,
We're not
yeah,
going to do that.
him.
Come on, we are not going to do that. A lot can be said about Reggie must not know who sold the slaves to the white people. First of all, right, the white people, the black people did not cross the ocean over to the white people's land and say, hey, we've got slaves for you, right? The white people, they came along with their stupid agendas, right?
And guns.
They came along with guns, and they muscled their way in. They lied through their teeth. They bamboozled those leaders that they were talking to. Go and look in the museums. Go and see what the white people were selling to these what do you call them now? The kings and the leaders that were there then. Selling them mirrors, selling them china, selling them things that were not worth anything. They made these people think that these things were worth something in exchange for lives. You're not going to do that. I will not let you do that. And shame on you.
Right.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I don't go for that because I know like what that's about. That's no different than when we debate with people like, oh, you got free will. When you got a gun to somebody's head, of course they gonna sell it to you. So I don't I
I
don't
bet
I
that's a
don't go.
white person.
It is or a shoe shining, butt kissing, tap dancing ass coon like dude on the screen. It's one or the other.
Yikes. Okay. And if those comments continue, please, moderators, just block that person. I'm not going to have that nonsense here.
Type of zombie,
Type
nothing.
of zombie. Yeah, they're going to make them so communist that you will not even believe it. You know.
It's the same thing though.
So-
Like, come on, like if DEI wokeism, it's just as it's
the same thing
another.
as- not
It's the same
that-
thing.
that Gazans have. Yeah, true. All right. So now
Yeah,
we've
I
talked
don't
about
like
the society aspect of fixing a demonic society. Now, how do you fix a demonic individual? Because you recognize that there are certain individuals that have something you see as a pathological issue that cannot be fixed, and the only way forward is to kill them.
So this Christian man is asking her, how do you fix a demonic individual? A demonic individual. What do you mean by a demonic individual? Reggie, what's a demonic individual?
There's no such thing. There's no
Huh?
such thing. There's no such thing.
Now he's trying to fix demonic individuals.
Right.
And I tend to disagree because I believe that like I said earlier, I don't believe it is the job of society to fix people of the government, of various governmental
So
institutions.
you have to kill them then.
Okay, but I don't also believe that. Of course, these people, if they need to face the death, they need to face capital punishment. They should face capital punishment. I'm not opposed to capital punishment.
Ooh.
What I'm opposed to, or what I don't believe, is that people cannot change.
Reggie, if you need me to stop, just let me know, okay?
No, it's just taking all this bullshit that his ass is saying.
Yeah. It's going to get worse, Reggie.
It depends on who.
I believe that.
And even if they cannot change, it doesn't mean they can still be the same cannibal, man-eating people from the inside, but they can be in a place where they know they cannot realize it.
Or
Like, you know,
Okay,
like it can
okay,
be
let me-
like,
let me-
there are a lot of ways. It's like societal, like first of all, like, like you can have the punishment of Cain, where he killed his
punishment of
brother.
Cain.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, he had a mark
I
on
understand.
him.
I
get
understand what
it.
you're saying, but I'm saying this is what I'm saying. You're saying certain people can, or part of what you're saying is that there's certain societal structure that will make certain psychopathic behavior not become promoted or become visible. Where somebody may be a sociopath, a psychopath, but because
it
they
going
exist
too
in a
fast,
particular
Reggie?
society, they will have to
No,
repress it. But they are still
Is it going too fast?
no,
You sure?
yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
sociopaths and psychopaths.
Yes.
Okay. But I have a different view of this because
No, because it's a disease. It's a brain disease. Like,
I hear you.
and it depends on the thing, but we don't have medication for it,
So he's talking about sociopaths,
Hear me
and
out.
it can.
right? The sociopaths and psychopaths, how to rehabilitate them, right? She's trying to say that it is a mental issue, right? And I don't know what he's trying to put forward here. Because this is, don't forget, this guy is religious. He believes in Jesus. He believes that Jesus is the solution to all the problems. This Nigerian guy doesn't know how. Reggie's going to get frustrating. He's going to, anyway, don't let me do, don't let me,
It's frustrating right now because the way
don't let me spoil
he's talking with so much ignorance. Like he's talking to her like she actually believes in Jesus, and she's probably looking at him like, you
She
stupid
doesn't.
ass nigga. I know she don't. I know
He
she don't because she's
knows.
Jewish.
Can
She's
also
just
be a brain
embarrassed herself.
structure as well.
She may not, no, Reggie, she may not be a practicing Jew. It might just be Jew, origin.
Either way, she don't believe in Jesus. Either way.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I hear you. Hear me out.
Okay, let's hear
Hear me
you
out.
out.
Okay. So there's this story. Okay. It happened in the Jewish community. It happened in Israel. You understand? Some years ago, right? I don't know if you are aware of this story, but it's the story that I've read. Okay.
No,
during
here
the
we
growth
kill
of
them.
Christianity- I'm coming. I'm coming. During the growth of Christianity, the beginning era of Christianity in Israel, in Jerusalem, as it was spreading to various parts of Israel, right? There were Jewish religious groups that were not okay with it. We were not okay with the spread, right? So they would arrest certain preachers, arrest them, beat them, and then release them and stuff like that. But there was this particular Pharisee, okay? He took it upon himself to really, really persecute Christians, really, really persecute them, okay? He will go from door to door, house to house, find a Christian, drag them, and throw them into prison, okay? He was doing this going from door to door. In fact, there is a popular Christian in that era that goes by my surname. His surname is Stephen, and Stephen was stoned to death. And when Stephen was stoned to death, this particular Jew was the one who mobilized the stoning. He was the one who organized it, right? So, and it was something he was doing, traveling
Is
from
it
city
real?
to city, town to town. Let me finish my story.
No,
He was
because
going
Reggie, she asked, is this real? Listen, when your make beliefs in your book, you have been told that this content in your holy text is real, that this guy was, can you see what she's asking? And that's a very important question. Is that real? This guy that you're here glorifying, is he real? Okay. Reggie, listen.
because it goes
city.
against Judaism, so it's very, very weird to me.
Let me finish my story.
Thank you. I'm glad
Then
she's
the
saying
temple has
that.
not been destroyed. Okay, the temple in Israel.
No, even at the
temple
time
that
of
Herod
no,
was
even
still-
back then,
was-
it was not. It
Okay,
was
okay.
wasn't part of the culture.
let us take your word for it. But this is what was written. Okay, so he was going from places to places, killing
This is
people.
what
He went
was
to
written.
so he was on his way to where was he on his way to now? Was he on his way to Damascus? I think he was on his way to Damascus to continue his persecution rampage, right? Now, based on this person's personality and what he's doing, you can see that this person have a psychopath. There's a psychopathic. This is not normal for somebody to take it upon himself, going from house to house, dragging people, throwing them in prison, killing some of them, organizing the stoning of some of them. You understand? This is not
I don't-
somebody who you consider a normal functioning member of society, right?
It won't pass in a Jewish society. There is no way for it. It was never accepted that kind of behavior.
I'm just saying, will you consider that person somebody who is psychopathic? That's the point I'm saying.
Yes, sounds like it.
Okay, good. So now this person was on his way to Damascus. As he was on his way, the story has it that a light shone on the person. He fell on his horse, and then he had a vision. He saw God in his vision, and God told him, "You are persecuting me," right? And
Frank, did he see God or did he see Jesus? I thought it was Jesus that he saw and not Frank. Sorry, not Frank. Not God. Look, Reggie, you already know who this is about, right?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, and I want anybody that's religious at home to watch this because I don't know if you
Mm.
see what's happening, right? Especially, I'm talking about if you're
Yes,
Christian, right? This is what's going on. So he didn't hijacked her whole
mm,
religion, right? Remixed it and
mm,
is trying to tell her some shit to happen. That's what Christianity. That's what you did. You took a whole different religion, right, and just changed it to some shit that you just made up in your mind, and you think that these people who wrote these books, their people, are supposed to go along with it. That's why she's just looking at you like, the fuck is you talking about? And so
Reggie, Reggie,
every time a Christian does
Reggie,
that, they just look so stupid.
Reggie. Okay, may not necessarily be his fault. He's Nigerian. We were told to believe these stories.
Mhm,
We were told that these people were real. And this
mhm.
is why when you go down that road of deconstructing everything and you come away on the other side and realize, boy, it was all a lie. My goodness, it is
But what I don't
earth
understand is,
shattering, Reggie.
look,
In a
no,
way, I don't blame this guy. It's like
I don't either though.
indoctrination.
I don't either. But the thing I don't understand is, okay, so what makes you think that you a Jew? What makes your
Mm.
black ass think that you're too fucking black to be
No,
a goddamn
he
Jew?
didn't say he was Jew. He didn't say he was Jew,
I mean, no,
Reggie.
he don't have to say it. He don't have to say it because he's
Okay,
trying to interpret their religion and
the
their language
religion.
and making it
Mm,
make sense. And it don't. It
mm.
don't. It don't. They'll even tell you
And
that it's not true.
and the worst part is this: what you're putting out there and giving back to Rebecca. Rebecca has grown up being told that these people they completely twisted their religion.
Yes,
Her people don't agree with what you're busy saying right now.
at all, at
Oh
all.
man.
But
This is this is New Testament, right? What he's talking about is in the New Testament.
right? They don't believe none of that
This
shit.
is Paul's baby. This is Paul and the likes of them. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mikey, good to see you. Let's see. Um, I need these conversations every now and then because being surrounded by believers is exhausting.
It's
Black
just
and
so
bougie.
stupid.
I completely agree. I completely, and this is why we need to keep calling this out. These people like this, but brilliant ideas, right? Brilliant ideas. Just his
Brilliant.
last life. When it comes to other things, Reggie, come on.
Man, listen,
Reggie, don't do this to me.
there's no such thing. Listen, there's no such thing as the New Testament. Like
Reggie.
people think that
Whew.
that's the name of a book. There's no such book named the New Testament. You done took their whole book and just changed the name of it and said this is right now. This is crazy.
Maybe what should have called it is the made up testament. How about that?
Right.
Instead of the New Testament, the made up testament.
Right. And then if she really told him what she really thought about him, I think he would stop because what they are trained to believe growing up in Israel, that Christians and Muslims are their slaves.
Mm, we're not going to get into that conversation. And that's one conversation I want us to get into. I really want to get into the belief system, Judaism. What do those people really believe? I've been told that if you go down that road, you're not going to like what you see. You are
They're very
not going to
racist.
like what you hear. You are not going to like a lot of things in that religion. I don't know how true this is. But I would want to do a deep dive in Judaism. I want to go down there. Let's see, what do these people believe?
Let me tell you something. So D, that's saying that there's black Jews. Listen to this. You could Google this. You could look this up, right? So the state of Israel at one point invited anybody from the Jewish belief and said that this is your home, including people from Yemen, right? So the women that migrated to Israel from Yemen, guess what they did to them?
No. Mm.
They sterilized every last one of them. Every last one of them. So the Israeli Jews are about 90% Eastern European, the people that really are of color and the people that really would have been blood related to Jesus are what's left of the Palestinians that are in the Gaza Strip, because there's very few of them left. So
Hmm.
After that encounter, his life changed. He stopped killing people. Okay,
Right.
and he even became a Christian and became one of the most popular Christians that many Christians talk about. In fact, he wrote most of the New Testament letters.
Who is that? Paul?
Paul.
You know he was not Jewish.
Paul was not Jewish.
He lied
Paul
about
was
it. He was not Jewish. Like there is a traces of he was not Jewish.
Reggie, at this point, I was like, Reggie needs to see this. She reckons Paul was not Jewish. I mean, this is the first time I was hearing this. What? He wasn't Jewish? I don't know.
I've never
And,
heard
and
that.
she will point out, that this is based off things that she has read. She hasn't got like facts. She hasn't got anything to say for definite. This is what it is, but that he wasn't Jewish. And hey, listen, she is going to tell you exactly what she feels about that Paul guy. But before she does, Paul was a con man. My
Sure was.
opinion, Paul was a con man. Paul had seen this group of people, whatever I choose to do to them, they're not budging. They believe this Jesus. This belief is strong. They're ready to give their lives for this Jesus guy, right? I like what's going on over there. I want a piece of that. I want to feel like I'm part of that group over there, right? I don't know what his intentions were. And so he lied about having a Jesus come and meet him on the road to Damascus. Who saw Jesus? Who saw Jesus? Who saw the person that stopped him on the road to Damascus? No one. No one. All the people, the claim is that the people saw a bright light. Who knows? He might have done it in such a way that he had seen the light shining and thought, okay, this is my moment to shine. Then shut his eyes. Oh, I'm blind. Oh, I'm blind. Anybody can claim they were blind. Anybody can claim that they saw Jesus. It is one thing to say these things, it's another thing to prove that you saw Jesus. And to think that Jesus completely blindsided the disciples. These guys gave up everything for Jesus. They gave up their livelihood, gave up their families, gave up their jobs to follow Jesus. And now they're here scrambling, trying to think, okay, what next do we do? How do we move now that our friend is gone? Right? And Jesus completely ignores those people and goes looking for the enemy. Jesus wants the enemy to come to his dear people for them to teach him so that he will now become the mouthpiece for their religion. If you don't see the con, if you don't see the scam, then there's something wrong with you. That whole story, that whole Paul story, a big question mark. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that story of someone, oh, I was blinded by Jesus for 3 days. I can shut my eyes and tell you that I'm blind, right? I can tell you. I mean, how do we prove this claim? So anyway, that's just my opinion, right, Reggie?
Yeah. But D, how is Palestinian not an ethnicity? And pre 1948, it was a whole country forever. And you're saying they're Egyptian, Jordanian, Arabs. That's a super de duper stretch, sis.
Wait, hold
But
on.
but
What
Paul
comment was
was
that? Let's see. What comment is that? Palestine is not an ethnicity. They are Egyptian, Jordanian. Listen, this is one conversation that I'm sorry, I can't get involved because I don't know a lot about this. I can't, and this is I stay away from the subject because a lot of it I'm still figuring things
D,
out. I'm
you're
still
lying. D, you are lying so hard. You are lying, D.
wait, what's she lying about?
She's
She's one of
saying it
my
was that.
moderators. What are you on
She's
about?
still lying. It don't matter.
What is
Don't
she
care.
saying?
She's
What
saying
is she lying
Palestine was
about
never a
then?
country. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's a hardcore lie.
Palestine wasn't a country, Reggie.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. In the moment that they brought them other people there, they had an agreement, right? That it was supposed to be cut in half, right? The Palestinians rejected it. Ever since that day, right? Palestine's been getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. They took everything from them. There never was an Israel. You can't say it wasn't a Palestine. If you look at any map pre 1948, you'll see a big strip of land right there that says Palestine clear as all day. That is a fact.
Hmm. Okay. Can we
Want me to
not
put it on the screen?
conversation? Okay. Okay. Can we do that after this one?
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that after this? Because I really can't help out here. I honestly cannot. Right? Because I've got two of my favorite people. And I'm just here like, okay, okay. Please let's continue.
Paul was not Jewish. What's your proof for Paul not being Jewish? Why do you say
He
Paul
was
not
born in
Jewish?
Turkey, and then because it was like studies have been dealt. He was clearly a person he wasn't Jewish.
Paul was not Jewish. Why do you say Paul is not Jewish? What does it
He
mean
was
to be
not Jewish. He wasn't
Why? What does
Jewish.
it mean?
He wasn't Jewish. He
Based
wasn't
on
part
what?
of the
He wasn't
based
Tell
on
me
the fact
something.
that he wasn't Jewish. He wasn't part of the Jewish people. He wasn't Jewish. He didn't even convert to Judaism. He was not Jewish.
Why do you say Paul was not Jewish?
Because I checked it. He's the most. Paul is the most hated character in the Jewish history.
Whoa.
Okay.
You know how people joke about like the Talmud making.
That's strong.
I never heard that.
That is strong. That Paul is the most hated person in the Jewish history. Reggie, that made me stop. Made me say, whoa, 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 whoa. Reggie needs to see this. I don't know.
Making fun of Jesus. Well, the Talmud sometimes makes fun of Jesus, sometimes criticizes Jesus. But all in all, the Talmud doesn't hate Jesus. They hate who they hate with passion. Paul. They hate Paul with passion.
So
because
what
for
the
the Talmud, he was the worst human ever.
Okay, why?
Because he was a rabid anti-Semite.
Why is he a rabid anti-Semite?
Because he wasn't Jewish. He wasn't a Jew. He hated Jews.
Jew?
No.
Hey everyone, we've got Vessel of Dishonor here with us.
Hey, Vessel.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Hey Vessel of Dishonor, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. So I'm late. I didn't see my message until a few minutes ago.
It's okay. I'm going to give you a brief introduction into what we're doing here. So these are two YouTubers. The gentleman, he's Nigerian Christian. He's got a very big platform where he goes after Muslims, right? The lady here, she is Israeli, and the two of them have come in contact because, of course, of the Palestine-Israel war. He's been doing a lot of videos going after the Muslims, but he's a Christian, right? And she is Israeli. So, they both have something in common, going after Muslims, right?
Yes.
But then the differences of opinions and differences in beliefs or lack of beliefs, I don't know, is when his Christianity is brought into, his Christianity is brought to the forefront, because you know what Christianity did to Judaism, right?
Yes.
Right. So now they decided, okay, yeah, we come together and we have things that we agree on. But what about those things that we don't agree on? He's asking questions about demons. He's asking questions about, faith. And just before you came, he was talking about reformation of psychopaths, and he believes that people can be really bad, but there's remedy, there's change. They can change. Jesus can change them. God can change them, and all these things, right? And of course, she don't believe in Jesus. She doesn't believe in all these things. So, but just before you came, the subject of Paul, she has just said that Paul wasn't Jewish. And Paul is the most hated man in all of the Judaism culture.
Wow.
I don't like that man at all. And Frank here was trying to put Paul forward as the, he was once the bad guy, but he was changed, and he was, but he's shocked. What? He's not Jew? No, he's not. He's not Jew, and he is the most hated. So that's where we are, right? So
You know what?
Okay.
You
Thank
know
you.
what? Now that I think about it, I should have always known that Paul wasn't Jew. You know why? Because
why?
think about it. If they're claiming that Paul wrote a lot of the New Testament, right? How could, and we know that he didn't write it in Aramaic or Hebrew, right? So he couldn't have been Jew. But I never thought about that.
What language did they write the New Testament in?
Greek.
Okay.
In Greek. I've got the interlinear Bible. Where's my interlinear Bible?
I never
I've got
thought
the
about that.
interlinear Bible. So the Old Testament was written in Hebrew, and the New Testament was written in Greek. Yeah. So
Okay.
no, this is the first time I'm hearing it, and I'm not sure. I don't know if there's any truth to this. You learn something new every day.
I never assumed that he was Hebrew anyway. I mean, I know that he was anti-Christianity and all of that, but I
And
always thought
no,
he
he
was
couldn't have been
Roman.
He was anti-Christian initially.
Yes.
They weren't Christians by this time, where they were just this group of people whose friend had died, and they're just followers of this guy, and trying to make meaning of their lives after the. I don't think that had they been Christian, were they officially called Christians by this time?
I don't think so.
I don't think so neither.
Okay.
But I just, for some reason, I just assumed that he was like a Roman soldier. That's what I've always thought.
That make more sense to me. What I thought, I just thought that like he was this dude. They grew up in the Hebrew barrio somewhere, and they used to kick it and shit. But now that I think about it, like I just said, why would he write it in a language that he don't speak? Because he's not the same as him. That's why.
Yeah.
And guys, if you are not following me, there's 20 of you here watching. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you all. If you're not subscribed, please make sure that you're subscribed, okay? Thank you. Right. All right. Let's do this. Let's continue.
Paul was a Jew. By
He
every
was
account
not,
of the New Testament,
because
he
he
is.
claimed to be he lied. He pretended to be a Jew, but he wasn't.
And okay, so
So to have
we're not even questioning the Jewishness of Paul. I'm just talking about his conversion, not even the Jewishness that
he converted to Christianity, but so that he would have.
To Christianity, the conversion from being a psychopathic person to being
I
an
thought,
evangelist.
like, if you ask Jews, he stayed a psychopathic person. Like, for Jews, that didn't change.
Fine. Call him
And he is the worst person ever for the Jewish, like, in the Jewish.
Congratulations. The point I'm trying to make is, let's not deviate, because at this point,
so he lied that he's Jewish so that people would listen to him. He pretended to be a Jew to get legitimacy, but he was not a Jew.
I don't think Paul, that is you and your Talmud saying that, but I don't see any evidence for the fact that Paul was not.
No, there are. I just checked, like, there are scholars who say that, like, because I checked recently. It's like more likely he more likely than not is like that. It's more likely than not that he just lied about being Jewish.
It's more likely than not that he lied about himself being a Jew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you my scripture about
Like he lied. The
Oh
thing is,
my
like he
goodness.
fabricated his
Reggie and
past or
Vessel,
something.
did you
So
hear
he
him
fabricated
say,
his Jewishness.
let me bring
I,
out my scripture?
like this is what I the last time I checked it. The thing is, like everything is said, everything he spoke was against everything that came out of this person was against Judaism, was against the Jewish law.
Judaism. They're the same thing that
Everything
said
he
about
wrote, no, everything he wrote, no, Jesus went by Jewish law 100%.
Hey, Dean Kruger.
You can
Okay.
no. Okay, so what are the things
Then.
that Paul said that you say okay went against Judaism that you make you believe that he was a fake Jew?
I listen. I don't remember right now. I checked it just because it bothered me. I can promise you for sure like that.
I wish I
He
was
Well,
there.
I
was
want to
like
see the links that you suggest, but I do not.
he is
agree with
in Jewish. It's not like it's my. I can tell you.
At this point, I would have been advising Frank, just close conversation. This is not going to go well for you. Frank just said, let me bring my scripture. You're going to go and pull out the New Testament. Jewish people and the New Testament, they don't, right, guys? So, but never mind. He wants to continue. So,
In Jewish tradition, is this man is hated, is the number one. Is like back then Hitler didn't exist, but if he existed, is like Hitler character.
Yeah, according to historical record, he was also persecuted by Jewish people. They tried to kill him multiple times. They imprisoned him multiple times.
Yeah, so that
to,
makes
to
sense.
Rome. Yeah, so that's why when you said he was hated by the Jews, I'm like, okay, but why? It's not because he was a fake Jew. It's because he was a
no. I think he was also a fake Jew. At least I don't know. This is what I read. That research believe that more likely than that there is a good chance that.
So this is what I appreciate about her. She says, I do not know, but this is what I have read. Right? She's not putting it out there as this is factual. This is what I have read. I do not know. Right? But this is what I have read. So could it be true? May not be true. Right? But he is putting this out there like this is factual. It's in my scripture. It is my thing. This is my. You're a Nigerian brother. Vessel. This is my Nigerian brother doing me like this, disgracing me out in this public.
No, sis, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Huh? What I find funny is his facial expressions when he thinks that he's won. Or
no,
when
listen,
he feels like, I've told her, like, oh yes, I've won this argument. Dude, it's cringe. It's cringe.
She has 13,000 followers, right? He has, wait, let me go and have a look at his following. He's got 300 and something thousand followers. So I guess all his tricks that he's been using, this is what I feel a sense of a Christian entitlement. This feeling, or I feel like maybe he was trying to win her over to the Lord, right? You probably trying to do evangelism. He's trying to, Reggie?
You can't out Jew no Jew.
You
can't.
And I think also he's got a sense of superiority. He's got a sense of superiority because he believes that he is also part of the chosen, because Jesus came and changed the narrative. So he feels like he's better than her because Jesus unalived himself.
Right. You no relation to these people. And it makes sense
he's
now.
part of the chosen. He is on his way to heaven, and she's going to hell. Don't you guys forget that, right? He is one of the Jesus crew. If Jesus comes now in that so-called rapture, Frank is on his way, but she's down here. Someone making a comment in the chat saying no judgment.
It all makes sense now.
Repent and believe.
It all makes sense now. Yes, that's why it's written in fucking Greek, because Paul asked, wasn't no motherfucking Jew. That's why. And that also
Mm.
proves, listen, if he could, listen, that proves something else too, right? If he can pull that off, right, and hide amongst them, and he speaks Greek, that proves that, these people aren't black as people like, oh, Jesus wasn't white. Are you sure?
Reggie, now it's starting to make sense. You see why Paul had to devise that whole story of being blinded by Jesus and being
Hmm.
friends with those guys and, finding his way. They taught Paul, they started teaching Paul, this is what we're going to teach to the people, right? Paul agreed. Paul goes off and starts teaching something completely different. He just ran with his own whole narrative. Man,
Uh-huh.
that Paul was devious. He was devious. But I don't know if Paul was a real person or not. What do you guys think? I've asked this question, and some people have said, "Oh, he was." I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think it probably was a Paul-like figure, but I would bet everything on it. Well, I know his name couldn't have been no damn Paul.
I don't
Of
think he
course,
ever existed.
you don't think he existed.
No, I think it's just another made-up character.
Okay.
I think he did, and I
Mm.
think I'm gonna tell you why. I think Paul actually existed because I think Paul was the first. You know how we say all preachers is con artists and scams. I think he's seen some shit like, I'm jumping on that. You feel me?
Because you know what? There's nothing in history books about him. We hear about,
That's true.
Pilate and all these other characters, and you can actually prove their existence. And Paul is one of the characters you can't prove he ever existed. He's not mentioned anywhere in history.
That's true. But somebody, all I'm saying is somebody had to wrote all that bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like this mythical person existed. I'm
Yeah,
just saying like So I think somebody seen an opportunity to exploit a dead man and to make
yeah.
up all these extra lies and to get paid from this shit. And I think that that was somebody. I don't know, what their name was, but I think somebody did it.
But
Dean Kruger.
I also
Sorry,
see.
darling.
Oh, sorry, Afro.
I was going to say, Dean Kruger, thank you so, so much. Thank you for that intro. I absolutely love it. Oh, I love, 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 love. I love it. Thank you, Dean. I do appreciate it. Oh, wow. Amazing. And yes, please, guys, make sure to give the stream a thumbs up. I've got super chats if you would like to send a donation to the channel. Every bit helps, so we can continue to have these conversations. We can continue to wake these Christians up. How is it? He has guys. Look at him. That's him, right? 385,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, he does good work going after Muslims. But I cringe because I'm like, hey,
Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black though?
yes, that is it. That is it. But I think if you're Nigerian, right, with the state of a Christian and Muslim fight going on there, I can understand where he's coming from, right? When he is going after the Muslims, because there's always that threat of the fighting between the two religions. It's ever so present. It's in everything, right? The Christians want to be better than Muslims. You hear the Christians say, "Oh, the Muslims want to Islamize Nigeria." So I can understand, but my goodness, hey, for the rest of us who are not religious, we're looking at the two like,
Sitting over there fighting over some shit that don't even got nothing to do with you.
so. Anyway, let's continue. Wait, what's happening? What am I doing?
That he wasn't actually Jewish. But like, I don't this is what I read. I also thought that he was Jewish, but then recently I was like, I should check who from the apostles were Jewish, and I checked, and I was like, so okay, he claimed to be Jewish, but most more likely than not, he wasn't. Actually.
All the apostles were Jews, all of them.
No, 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 one of them. No.
Frank, I would not be making such bold statements like that. You are just a Nigerian that they brought the religion over to you over there. Huh? And now here you are saying all the disciples were Jewish. Do you know that for certain, Frank? Reggie, would you be making a statement like that?
Not with no fucking Jew. It's their religion. How you gonna argue with the real deal?
How would you be saying that? You don't know what you're talking about.
Right, you can't read it or nothing.
Thank you. Dean says, here is my tithe. All hail Our Lady of Perpetual Fleecing. Amen. I am the apostle of atheism.
Buy a donkey, Dean.
What language are you speaking?
Secret language.
Dean is South African, you know that?
Yes, I just noticed that.
He's South African. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's continue. Thank you. And hey, Phil is in the chat.
Not all of them. I don't remember who was who, but
most of them, maybe Matthew, who was the tax collector, wasn't Jewish.
Matthew was Jewish.
But most of them were Jewish.
I don't remember.
Most of them were Jewish. I
don't remember who is what, but let me check.
Quickly change.
Anyway, let me tell you, whatever. This is Paul is a despicable character, 100%. If you ask the Jews, he should have, like, before and after he was converted.
Even according to Wikipedia, he was from a devout Jewish family based in the city of Tarsus, one of the largest centers for trade in Mediterranean.
Let me check.
And renowned for his university. Tarsus had been among the since the time of Alexander the Great, who died in 323 BC.
No, what's happened? 1 second. This thing always. I always lose sound. Hold on, let's see.
So
Paul referred to himself as being a stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee. The Bible reveals very little about Paul. Acts quote Paul referring to his family by saying he was a Pharisee, born of Pharisees. Paul's nephew, his sister's son, is mentioned in Acts 23, verse 16. In Romans 16, verse 7, he stated that his relatives.
This is what he claimed. This is what he claimed.
He was prominent amongst the apostles.
Yeah, but this is what he claimed about himself.
Well, this is some of the things that I just mentioned here was written by Luke. Luke is not Paul. Luke
Whatever.
Is about Paul.
Yes, but those are like. But you know, there are more than Christian sources. Like there are Jewish scholars that like believe that he came, like, he was a pagan family, and the thing is that he was interested from, like, he studied the religion. That's it, and then he claimed to be Jewish, but there is a chance he wasn't.
He was trained under Gamaliel, who was a prominent Jewish. He trained under Gamaliel, a prominent
Afro.
Gamaliel the elder.
Surely yes, there's a bit where Paul says that he struggled with the Jewish law, because he said what he thought, what he knew, he didn't realize that what he knew was wrong, and now that he knows that is wrong, well, I'm not saying it verbatim, but something along the lines of he was just struggling, especially with the sexuality.
I think it was the verse where he was saying, the things I want to do, the things I know to do, I find myself not doing, but the things I'm not supposed to do, those are the things I find myself doing,
Right.
So, yeah, he had a lot of struggles, that guy did. Paul had
if he was born Jewish or born to Jewish parents that followed the Jewish tradition from childbirth, he would not struggle with these things. They would be inbuilt within him.
Hey, Black 80s Rands, how are you? guys, later on I might throw an open panel, and if anyone would like to come and join us, yeah, I think this might be one of those where we could have a conversation afterwards. Yeah, so if we run through this, and yeah, this is hey, Black Atheist Rants, it's good to see you. Good to see you. That's it. All right. Do you guys know Black Atheist Rants?
No.
Not really.
Oh, he's on TikTok now. He is amazing. He is. This brother, when I first met him, he was in his car. Man, an atheist in his car, just going in. I used to enjoy the car vibes, but now he's got his whole studio and everything looking so fancy and anyway.
A leading authority in the Sahindri in the early 1st century was the fourth son of Simeon, the grandson of the great Jewish teacher Hillel the Elder. That is the person that Paul trained under. Come on, don't do this. You don't do this.
Listen, it's not that it's like whether if it was Jewish, it was Jew like those Jews that go and participate in the pro-Hamas protest, like this kind of a person.
Now.
Yeah. There are Jews who go to the pro-Hamas protest. There are people who are technically born to a Jewish family and they go to the pro-Hamas protest. The thing is that it's okay. It's according to Israeli Jewish scholarship, there is a chance that he lied about his Judaism, but everything he said and done was against the Jewish tradition, against Jewish law.
Okay. Let me ask you: was crucifying Jesus against Jewish tradition?
Of course, it's a Roman execution method.
No, I'm not talking about the execution of Jesus. I mean, the Jewish authority at the time finding Jesus.
There are four death punishments in Judaism.
Okay.
And the thing is that there were never a strict Sanhedrin is a Sanhedrin that will kill one person in 70 years. That was the thing. It's like if a court judged a person to death, there's that would be the strictest court ever, because this is how rare death penalties were. But none of them are crucifixion. There are possible.
I agree that,
but none of them are crucifixion.
But you have to understand that those people, the Sanhedrin then did not have the authority to carry out. We are under the Romans, so they had to give it over to the Romans. And what the Romans?
That shit sounds so stupid.
Treason, because he calls himself the king of the Jews.
So
the thing is that the Romans.
Reggie?
He sounds so fucking stupid, because okay, she just sat here and told you that their ways of execution do not include crucifying people, right? And it's super rare for it to happen. And you just put it back on them. Oh, they had to do it with the Romans because they didn't have the authority, bro. What is you talking about? That shit don't even make sense.
It doesn't. And Christians, especially African Christians, you all have been taught a lot of the Christianity that you have is your pastor's ideas. A lot of you have not done any sort of research at all. And so when you come out having debates and conversations, you look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You look ridiculous because you think, I'm going in this conversation, I know what you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
I just think that they don't listen to what they're saying out their mouth sometimes, especially when it comes to that story, right? So it's the Jewish people's fault for executing him, even though they're not the ones who did it, right? The Romans did it, made up the religion, and it's still the Jewish people's fault. That's the most craziest thing ever.
Yeah, we blame Jews for everything. The Jews did that. The Jews did that. The Jews did that. We just blame. Listen, don't get me wrong. The Jews have their issues. They but sometimes it's just so easy to just blame the Jews. Disaster in the world. They say blame the Jews. Blame the Jews. Oh, come on. Some things you know where the problem is. You know who the issue is, and not never mind. That's not that whole Jew-Palestine conversation. Not for me. It's just not my thing at all. I would not be touching that.
forced the Jews to select one community leader. It was either Jesus or another person.
No, that's not what happened. It was they wanted to release one person. Is it that Jesus or Barnabas? Both of them were criminals.
I don't listen. But let's. I'm not an expert in Christian theology. A lot of things were rewritten and are a lie because they needed to frame the Jews so the Romans would accept Christianity. So, like, it's reality, though. It's true.
All right. Give the opinion. I don't agree with that opinion. I don't agree with that.
It's not that I know what happened. Maybe Jews did it, maybe not. But everything Paul did was against Judaism. Everything.
It's not my point is not my
but there are Hamas loving Jews right now, so it's just
the point I'm trying to make is not about his Jewishness.
If you ask me, he never repented. He should have he never repented. You think that he repented because you're a Christian, so you think once he accepted Christianity.
Okay,
but actually, when he converted Christianity, it became worse.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. You see, Christians believe in this whole redemption. They believe in this whole when you have an encounter with Jesus, you turn a new leaf, you become this brand new human. Meanwhile, they say when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Paul had shown these people who he was. He was trying to take them out. But no, they embraced him with open arms, and he came along and just changed the whole thing. Just changed it on his head. Right? And Becca is saying there was no repentance. And no nothing. He came in like a wolf in sheep's clothing. And anyway, do you guys have anything to say?
He's just making himself look stupid.
Is Vessel there?
I'm here, sis. I'm just reserving my comment.
Black Atheist Rants, I am in UK. I'm in the UK, so that's my time zone. So I let's see. I'll reach out to you. I would like to have direct contact with you. I'll reach out to you. Yeah. Okay.
So Jewish tradition.
All right. Okay. The reason why I brought up Paul's story was not to even say, "Oh, Jews are bad. Jews kill people." It has nothing to do with
that.
Yeah,
but it's a fabricated story that you say that even here we say, okay, you think but no, he didn't.
Well, okay, fabricated. Maybe I shouldn't have brought up the story.
So because there is a story that of a person that repented in the Talmud.
I want to ask you something. Okay. Have you encountered people who have lived very, very rough, terrible lives, who have done horrible things in the past? And when I mean horrible, I'm not talking about people who, let's say, they stole. I'm talking about people who were guilty of murder, who have really, really done, as if they had blood on their hands.
Yeah, I know someone who had killed.
I'm not saying they killed in war; they were fighting in the idea.
No.
Okay, so and you see them and you realize that this person has really turned his life around. Is there no instance of such kind of people?
No, he wasn't a criminal to begin with. He was just in an area where it's a kill or die.
Okay, so you have not met such kind of people?
No. Somebody like that would be David Wood, for example, I guess.
You said?
I think it depends. It really depends.
Okay, I have had testimonies of people who have really been involved.
People change. I don't think that people don't change, but it takes a severe trauma for people to change.
Okay, so you believe that for people to change, it has to be severe trauma that will happen.
But not everybody can change.
I don't believe that.
Some. You have a survivor bias.
What is my survivor bias?
Is that you want one person that changed, but on one person that changed, there are 100 that didn't.
Yeah, I believe that. See, listen, I'm not saying everybody will change. I'm not of the opinion that everybody
Okay, so some people cannot change.
Well,
that's the thing.
Who will and who will not.
Well, you can do like a math, mathematics. It's like, Are you willing to take the risk that this person will not change or not? This is the question.
The point I'm trying to make is not that, because people can change, therefore society should organize itself in a particular. I'm just saying, the point I'm trying to make with the possibility of people changing is that as much as it does not happen often, as much as it does not happen all the time, okay, it doesn't take away from the fact that it can happen. And that if there's somebody you believe, like, there's somebody.
Pandemus, the Pan-African atheist, says she's a bit annoying. Yes, I can understand why I can understand the sentiment with her. This guy is trying to tell her own religion. She's gone years of, this is what they're having to fight on a daily basis. These people are trying to change their whole narrative. And he's pushing this. He is. I would be frustrated, although she wasn't really giving him a lot of chances to talk. She was just, taking over the conversation. But, I can understand where she's coming from, right, Reggie?
She's making very valid fucking points. She's hitting him right where she needs to hit him at. And I respect her for keeping her cool, because I would have been like, man, if you don't shut your dumb ass up, you don't even know what you're talking about. That's the first thing I would have said.
They're gonna get to the point of, oh my goodness, it's so embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
You see Black Atheist Rants, I said the same exact thing, bro. They basically hijacked the whole religion and added to it. That's exactly what I said.
Oh, okay, but Devin said not her position, but her. She's annoying.
Who you're trying to reach out to, whether the person has not engaged in any act of psychopathy or whatever, or sociopathic behavior, and you have this feeling that this person has that tendency. Or even if you are somebody who works in the field of psychology, I believe somebody has certain tendency. People can change regardless of their mental pathological state.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because maybe the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm a Christian and I believe in the saving power of Jesus Christ. I believe in because I've had testimonies of people who have really been redeemed. Okay, it's not something that
the saving, guys. This is where Frank it was done. The saving power of Jesus. Jesus could not save himself. He's not saving anyone. Jesus himself needed saving. Oh my goodness. Jesus was busy crying on the cross for his daddy. Oh, daddy. Oh, he needed saving. What saving power of Jesus? What are you talking about? Oh, man.
It's unheard of. I've seen testimonies upon testimonies. So I believe that. And I'm not saying, if somebody is engaging in something nefarious or has done something criminal in the society, just lead the person to Jesus and then release him back to society. No, I believe that person, even when he repents, should face the sentence that is due to the person, right? I'm not saying that you should have a society of people just, if somebody commits a crime, you introduce them to Jesus, they repent, you kick them back into society. No, they should serve their punishment. I believe even those people should serve their punishment. It's part of what is required. It's the just requirement of the law. They should serve it. Okay? But I'm just saying, I want us still as a society to still have that understanding. And maybe it's because I'm coming from a Christian worldview and a Christian mindset that people can be saved. It's not just changed, but can be saved. And I believe strongly that it's not in medical advancement.
So what? Who cares? So they can be saved.
She said, so what? Who cares? So they can be saved. See, at this point, I was like, oh, damn it. His Christian perspective is fucking him up right now. This is the Christian fuck up. This is man. Sometimes your beliefs will fuck you up big time.
She had enough at this point. She just had enough. She was just fed up. It's just annoying.
The saving power of Jesus. What?
Okay.
So what?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a mindset that people should have. I'm not saying it's a mindset people should have.
So this is the problem, guys. This is where we have a problem. You see, he's just at 390 something thousand followers, right? And he's got that mindset, and he wants others to also have that mindset that Jesus can save people, right? That's the mindset. The people that brought the Jesus religion, that's the mindset they had too. And this is why we're in the mess that we're in right now. The religion that didn't belong to us, because they had the mindset, okay, let everyone else must believe what we believe. And this is why now we are Christians in Africa, right? We call on the God of, you should hear African Christians when they're praying, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, save me. The God of Israel, save me. The God of Israel is not done saving the people in Israel. No, he's going to come over to Nigeria to come and find you.
He got his own problems.
He's the God of Israel still trying to sort it. He's still trying to solve his own problems over there. Oh, man.
Okay, so you're gonna risk living your whole life like hoping that somebody who beats you at home is gonna change.
Society as a risk based on
It's
that.
it's a problematic mindset to have.
It's not.
But it is. It's just not. It's not your, like, you cannot hope for it. It's there. Like, it's, if they change, they change. Okay, but you cannot calculate that. You cannot like make calculation on the assumption that somebody would change.
True. I'm not disputing. I'm trying to make people understand that you can hold two opinions at the same time. One, you can hold the opinion that there are people who are really bad and nefarious and deadly to society and have done a lot of terrible, horrible things and deserve to be punished severely. Okay, you can hold that mindset and still hold the mindset that people, even those people, can change.
Okay, may they change and meet heaven.
You said?
Like, may they change and meet heaven. I don't care.
You don't care. All right.
Like, why is it my problem? Okay, so they can change. So what?
Yeah, I think this is where we differ, because
why does it matter? What would you conduct differently? Because people can change.
I'm not saying we should.
You know, when people change, the best is like if they have a gunpoint in their head, suddenly they become very complicit. That's if people change.
This is why I believe that this opinion is this mindset is necessary, because somebody that is hearing me now, or hearing us as we speak now, may have a relative, because I know it's always going to be real when you have a relative that fits this description, right? You may have a relative, you may have a loved one, you may have a family member, friend, something, right? And you discover that this person, this relative of yours that you love so much, actually is a terrible, horrible person, and you might be wondering, is there hope for this person? I'm not saying is there hope beyond. I'm not saying is there hope beyond, like, can this person ever become a functioning member? Or can he, let's say the person have done terrible things, will the person be accepted back into society? No, that's not the kind of hope I'm talking about. I'm talking about hope in the beyond this word sense of hope, right? Hope against hope. I don't know what that means, but it means something when I said it in my head. Okay.
Does this hope make it?
Frank said it means something when he said it in his head. It's inside his head, hence why he is not making sense. He's talking about help in the hereafter. This lady, I don't think she believes in that place y'all are going in the hereafter. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Afro. And you know what else in his head?
Tell me.
His GOD.
His what? His what? Say that. I didn't hear you.
His GOD is also in his head. That's why it's not making sense.
His GOD. His GOD is really messing him up big time.
That's it. It's all of it is all in his head. That's why it only makes sense to him. But when he says it out loud, it doesn't make sense. And I think after he said it out loud, he knew that it's not making sense. It only makes sense when it was in his head.
Look, when you look at his body language, he's starting to look defeated, right?
Yes.
And this is where Christianity becomes a problem. We're telling people, right? People like murderers, rapists, oh, just come to Jesus and he will save you, right? Just come. And so they come along. They've got serious issues, but no, we won't just lay hands on them and tell them they're going to be okay. Jesus is going to save you. But then when they go back, nothing changes. There is nothing that is changing. Jesus, what are you talking? No. This is why you find people that rape children, right? People that do things to children and do horrible things. They do it, go and say, I'm sorry, Jesus. And they're right back again doing it. Because what saving power are you talking about? There's no saving power. Anyway, let's continue.
It's possible. Does it make you vulnerable?
It shouldn't make you a vulnerable person.
So if it doesn't, if you know how to put boundaries, you can hold that hope, whatever.
Yeah, you can't hold that hope, and I don't want people to lose that hope, because I don't think it is wonderful for us to live in a society where we don't hope that people can change. Somehow, I just don't think.
No, but you have to put boundaries, and then it's not your problem.
You said?
Like, listen, even the worst people can be fun. It's like small quantities. If you know how to put boundaries, you don't care if they're awful or not.
Well, I care if they are. Sometimes I do care if some people are awful, and I would love for them to change, to be redeemed, to be transformed.
You know, awful people feed off your energy and your attention.
No, feed off. I don't understand what you mean by feed off my energy and stuff.
Like the more you try to change them, the more awful they become. The more they eat out of your energy and attention.
This way, you think I'm saying that?
They're like, you know, the sorcery from Harry. Did you read Harry Potter? Did you watch Harry Potter?
I read like 2 books. I was 2 books in, and I was like, I don't think.
So there is like this magical character that just suck the life out of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what they're called. They have a veil and stuff. They're dark inside. Like when you look at them, they're dark, and then when you look at them, it's okay. What are they even called? What's is it like a goal or something? I don't know what they're called.
So they eat out of your like force of life.
Okay.
A lot of people who are awful are like that. So you need to set up your boundaries, because if they can eat out of your happiness, they're gonna eat your happiness away. Just because they live out of it, like it gives them the ego boost, the happiness.
Yeah, and there are people who have a light that darkness cannot, consume. Yep.
Dementors. Talking about.
Yeah, dementors.
Some people have a light that darkness cannot consume. This is all this Christianese.
Yes.
You know, he was saying something about people changing. And she's saying, no. There's an issue with that. Why are we trying to change people? Why are we trying to force? It's like forcing our will on others. This is the Christian mentality.
That's the name. Yeah, dementors. Yeah, and I'm just saying that there are people who have a life or a light that darkness cannot consume.
If only if you have boundaries, if you don't get too close.
Yeah, I agree with
you you do things in moderation, if you don't feed their egos, if you don't fall into their self-pity, if you don't go to that direction, if you say, hey, if you're gonna sit there and try to guilt trip me, I'm cutting off and going. And like you don't even say it, you just get up and leave, then it's okay, because you're like minimizing the amount of like damage you're getting.
Yeah, I also feel on your part that you kind of have the attitude of, I'm not here to try to. Okay, it's kind of complicated, because on one hand you believe in restoration, in a form of it, not completely. You believe in a form of, okay, there are certain people who should not. You said?
When people like that can change, is like when you put on boundaries, and they miss you, or they something like that. And they don't they used to be like, okay, then maybe if they feel threatened about your relationship and it's important to them, but you put your boundaries, then they can start maybe changing to be like, hey, why this person doesn't want to be in a relationship with me?
So you believe that they can, okay, now you're believing that they can change. Progress.
But you have to put those boundaries, and there is a chance that those people would rather cut you off. Mm-hmm. I have a person that I know is like that he put boundaries, and his mother cut him off.
Okay.
She's like, okay, I don't care, man. You live your life, I live mine.
Okay, but you've seen people that you put boundaries and they walk, and they're like, I value this relationship and I change.
It is possible, but don't be fooled. Like, don't be fooled, because they might be pretending. Like, you have to keep your boundaries. You have to set up rules. Like, very narrow-minded. Just keep your boundaries. That's it.
All right, fair. My point, at least to a degree, I've gotten you to admit that certain people.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there is a cost function. You know what's a cost function?
Explain. I don't know. Maybe I know, but explain to me.
What is the best outcome? What's the worst outcome? How much energy do you have to, or like how much resources does it take to reach the best outcome?
Reggie needs to go. Okay, so this idea of wanting people to change, what is the cost? What is it costing, right? What is the benefit of wanting people to change, right? The Christian idea, the idea that we can change people, is that good for the society as a whole? Is that idea good? At what cost is this whole wanting people to change? I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe we want them. It's good to want people to change for the better. But what is the idea? What is the rationale for wanting people to change? What is the reason that you're putting forward? Because that in itself might just be a problem. So yeah, she is asking good questions.
Okay, And then what are the chances to get to? And you multiply it, and you're like, okay, but this is like, like the at some point, like, is the best outcome worth all the resources you have to get? And it's not even guaranteed. Like for 50%, like let's say it's 50-50, you would the price would be you have to give up on your own life. 50-50. Is it worth it, or is it better to cut ties? The same thing when it comes to punishment. Like if there's 50% chance that they're gonna go and kill 100 people, that's 50 people dead. It's better to kill one, right? Statistically, that's how you do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, society can organize itself in that way, but individuals should not always.
Individuals as well, because you also have to decide for yourself how much of your life, how much of your happiness, how much of your resources you are willing to sacrifice for the hope of a person that you love changing.
Or you just pray for them and expect that God is going to work.
If you just pray and then you put your boundaries, then you don't pay anything.
He's saying, pray for them and expect God to take care of all that. She's speaking facts here. She's saying, okay, look, changing people at what cost, right? Trying to put some sense into this conversation. He's saying, yeah, just pray for them and let God take care of the rest.
Doesn't cost.
Yeah, but you see, one thing about prayer is that you have to hope for it. You see, this is how faith works. You see, that's what
so does this hope?
The importance of being hopeful is that for you to pray for somebody to change, you have to be hopeful. You have to have faith that person can change. So
the other question is that when you pray too much towards one thing, it can blind you towards other things you should also pray towards. That might actually
not like you're going to. This is your prayer.
Be worth it.
No, that's not true.
That's your decision to make, man. Like it's not my decision to make.
Not true. That's not true. I've had. Look, a close relative of mine. I don't want to mention what the position the person has in my life, but he has somebody who was really living a very rough life, and he took it upon himself to pray for the person to get changed, to turn his life around and stuff. And he prayed for a very long time. It wasn't just 1 year, 2 years. It was a lot of years, but the person eventually changed. So
yeah, that's narcissism.
What part of narcissism is that? Praying for
if it takes say 5 years, 10 years, that's.
Are you guys listening? Are you guys still here?
Mm-hmm.
No, I love
Frank is saying. Frank is saying that he's got a family member that has, someone in the family who, living a rough life, and he was praying for that person to pray to change, and the person prayed for a long time. Eventually, the person prayed. Frank, if that's the case, Frank, what makes you think it's your prayers, the prayers of that family member of yours, that made the person change? What makes you think it's those prayers? You have to prove that it's those prayers that made the person change. And the lady, she just came out with it. She said it is narcissistic. Yikes. Okay, one of you's microphone is making a sound.
It's hers. A lot of it.
Is it yours?
No, I think it was hers.
It's Vessel's? Okay, she says it is narcissistic for you to want to pray for somebody for that long to change. What is your problem?
That's not getting out of narcissistic tendencies.
Wait, let me take
Why
that.
do you say that?
Let me take
just
that.
like
I'm sorry. That was just perfect. That was perfect.
Look, a close relative of mine. I don't want to mention what the position the person has in my life, but he has somebody who was really living a very rough life, and he took it upon himself to pray for the person to get changed, to turn his life around and stuff. And he prayed for a very long time. It wasn't just 1 year, 2 years. It was a lot of years, but the person eventually changed. So
yeah, that's narcissism.
What part of narcissism is that? Praying for
if
the
it
person
takes say 5 years, 10 years, that's getting out of narcissistic tendencies.
Why do you say that?
No, just like as I said from studying psychology. Like this is when you treat people.
Narcissism on whose part? The person praying or the person being prayed for?
Prayed for. Because you said like he was in a tough condition. A lot of time you develop narcissistic tendencies, and then to get out of that behavior, it takes like several years of treatment. A person, if he changes environment, might get out of it, but after several years.
All right, that's a good way to look at it from a psychological standpoint. I just gave you my spiritual analysis.
Yeah, I'm just saying that there are worse things. Like it's all on a spectrum.
Can you guys see what's happening here?
Yeah.
She's speaking from psychology, a psychological standpoint. He's speaking from his Christian standpoint. There's no way those two can meet. He's talking his whole supernatural and Jesus, and she's busy talking about the studies and the psychological the psychology work that she has done. And this is where your religion, your beliefs will fuck you up big time.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you not to go to secular therapists. They tell you not to go. You should go and find yourself a Christian therapist. Why? Because the brainwashing needs to continue, even when you're seeking therapy, right?
Right.
You see what's happening here.
Yeah, he getting his ass cooked the fuck up. That's what's happening.
He's getting his ass cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. God doesn't hold you two heads. He made your talk. What the fuck is this person? What's William Graves talking about?
Narcissism on separate and psychopathy is a completely different animal.
Okay, and I also believe that the salvation of one man is worth it, right? Like there's the saying in heaven that there is joy in heaven when the soul is won. There's rejoicing in heaven.
Mm-hmm. It's not that you shouldn't necessarily.
I'm sorry, I have to say something here. This is what they used to tell us to get us to go out there and go and preach to people. They tell us for every soul that you win, you'll get a crown, right? Yeah, no, Reggie, please don't even laugh, because listen, I grew up. There was a point I got to when I was like, okay, at least worst case scenario, if my life ends today, at least I'm going to get 2 crowns, right? I'm going to get 2 crowns, because my mind, okay, I think I'd won 2 people over to Jesus at that time.
Oh, man.
Right? I was going to get 2 crowns. And then the idea that heaven is rejoicing. No, guys, think about this. What Frank is saying is people in the heavens, right? All those people in heaven, the angels and the heavenly bodies, the elders and all those people up there, they're just waiting for Frank and the Lord to go and win somebody over to the side of Jesus. So every time a believer goes out there and is winning a soul to Christ, and they say that, that prayer you pray to receive Jesus, Jesus, come into my heart. And as soon as that person does that, all the whole host of heavens, they start breaking out in song and dance. They start rejoicing, right? Because somebody has given their life to Jesus. This is what he's saying, that people in heaven are rejoicing every time somebody is won over to Christ. So, Reggie, what are they going to do every time someone deconverts?
Start screaming real loud, Holy Ghost! Holy Ghost!
Because when they are rejoicing every time somebody converts to Christianity, what are they going to do when someone deconverts? Can you imagine what heaven was like when me, Reggie, Vessel, Pandemus, Dean, feel when we deconverted? I wonder what heaven was like. Heaven would have been a very sad place that day.
I feel so stupid for ever even believing in that shit.
Tell me about it. But it wasn't our Reggie, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't our fault, was it, Reggie?
Man, listen, I used to. Well, I'll forever be technically an alcoholic, even though I haven't had a drink in over 6 years. But that must have been some good shit I was drinking to actually believe that bullshit.
Well, well done to you, Reggie. Well done to you. How many years? 6 years. Been clean for how many years?
Yeah, 6.
Been clean for 6 years. Well done.
Last time I had a drink was February 8th, 2018.
Wow. Well done, Reggie. That's something you. Vessel?
Yeah, I think I'm proud of you, Reggie.
Thank you.
Can I hardly hear you? No, I can't hear her.
She said she's proud of me. I hear her.
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah.
No.
I'm using my phone, so it's now having a tendency of overheating. So I have to put like a fan
Okay. Okay.
behind it on a stand. So I apologize.
No, no worries. So you said that you're proud of him, yeah?
Yes, I'm very
Yeah,
proud.
that's wonderful. Yes, I'm proud of you too, Reggie.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Nice. And did you do that without God?
Yeah. I made the
Mm.
decision one day. I just was like, man. I mean, I've been knew I needed to go. It's just it's scary before you go. You thinking about what I'm gonna do, where am I gonna put my stuff, the outside world. So, but
Mm.
after a while, like, cause I tried to quit on my own, it wasn't working. So
Mm.
I just had to.
Mm. That's wonderful. Wonderful, Reggie.
Thank you.
Really give up on someone that is dear, like, but there is like it's also like resources, it's like, is it worth it?
That's what
Because
I'm saying. Like, what is for people to change? Change people. Getting people
no,
change.
is it worth? Because
Repenting,
if
getting
you have
people
to,
repent is what.
you praying, are the people like, how many years of you thinking of them 10 minutes a day, are they worth? Like, is it worth? Like, is it for the
Yeah,
rest
they're
of your life?
human beings. It's still
Like,
human beings you're talking about. Don't you recognize that? Don't you think human beings changing and repenting is valuable? Just in of itself valuable. Or maybe for me the
it's
value comes
just
from
it's just that, like, as people, like, we are social animals, and we are looking for, we are hoping that by them changing, that would give us confirmation, like they would give us the love that we give them and we want from them so much.
no, that's not that is not why you want people to change. You want people to change because first of
Maybe
all,
if you're just stuck with them in the same cell in jail, then yes, you want to pray for them, because you're, come on.
all right. I believe that we are
Like,
coming from two different worlds.
it's like, it depends.
I'm looking at it as a Christian, right? I'm looking at it as a Christian who believes that people repenting and being saved will give them an eternal reward that is beyond this world, and it is the best gift anybody can ever give to them.
Yeah, but it's funny to me that you don't believe that the state should be work on trying to redeem people, but you're willing
I
to.
know, because I believe they don't have the power to. That's the thing about that's
It's
the
okay.
difference.
So neither do you.
Yeah, I'm not
honestly.
saying I do. I'm not saying
Okay,
I do.
good.
I believe the power to change people is with God. Then you pray to God,
Yeah,
and then you talk to the people, and don't give up on them, and still, show them acts of love and kindness to the best of your ability. Not that you, like you said.
Okay, so this is scary.
So if God is the one that has the power to change people, Frank, why do you pray to God then? Can God not see that they need changing and just do it? This makes no sense to me. You worship a God. He is all seeing, all powerful, all, he's everything. He can see that this person needs to change, but he needs you to come along and pray to him, beg him, God, please, 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 change that person for me. Where is the sense in that? Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense.
No whatsoever.
Because they can murder you if you show them.
Sorry.
This is when they start making God look like a genie in a bottle. Because on
Look
the
like a
one
what?
like a genie in a bottle. Because on one hand they will tell you about free will. They tell you they've got free will to do whatever they want to do. And then on the other hand, they just rub this bottle and poof, the genie appears and does your bidding because you're a
A
child.
genie in the bottle.
Yeah, so the Christians are a confused bunch. Which is it? Do you have
Mm-hmm.
free will or do you not have free will? Is your God a
Yeah.
magician or is he not a magician? Can he do whatever he likes or does he need your permission first before he does something? Does he interfere in human beings' lives or does he just sit back and watch, waiting for the, what's that day? Day of judgment. They need to tell us what it is that we need to, I don't know. They're confusing me now, Afro. I'm confused.
I know it's a whole mess. It is a hey Aaron Reese, good to see you. They talk about free will, free will, free will, but no, that free will argument it's becoming stale now. It's becoming stale. Believers, y'all need to start picking new arguments because that free will thing, it's you've exhausted that free will thing.
I'm so tired of
It's
hearing
not.
that shit. That's like
Yeah.
that's like you robbing somebody and be like, it's your free will. Either give me your money Well, I'm gonna blow your
Yeah,
brains
it's
out.
free
It's your
will.
free will. Ain't shit free about that.
Young child is raped by this guy, and they say it was his free will to do that. What about the free will of the child, the victim? What about the free will of that child?
You know,
Right?
I always. You know, have you ever noticed? I always ask him about the Virgin Mary. I'm like, did she have free will?
Mm, mm. He'll tell you. He'll tell you that she agreed. She agreed to
Uh-huh.
it. She.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Mm-mm.
And too much kindness.
Well, you try to be careful about it. But look,
This is
see,
why I say, like, this is, you have to be
if
more,
if
like,
if I want
it's
to mention
hard.
something, I want to mention something. There's something you just said, and I want to mention something. If the people who brought Christianity to Nigeria, for
Oh, guys,
example, had
listen to
this
this.
mindset that you have,
Hmm.
then we would not be African societies would not be many of them.
Do you
Someone
think they
like
did
you would
not
not be where
persecute
I am
those
today.
who didn't?
You know, this statement got me very angry.
Here come the coonage.
This is cool, raccoon. This is the biggest coon. You're telling this lady, but for the Christian missionaries bringing you this religion, you Africans would not have been Christians. Can you hear yourself, Frank? Can you hear? And I'm glad that she put you in your place. Guys, this is from the she's from the outside. She had to put this gentleman in his place, talking about the missions, bringing you this religion. Let me take that back quickly so you guys can hear that. Just Frank, man. At this point, I was like, no, this is just terrible.
God,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
then you
sure.
talk to the people and don't give up on them and still, show them acts of love and kindness to the best of your ability. Not that you like you said. Not that
Okay,
you're
so
bad.
this is scary because they can murder you if you show them too much kindness.
Well, you try to be careful about it. But look.
This is
see,
why I say, like, this is, you have to be more,
if
like,
I want
it's
to mention
hard.
something. I want to mention something. There's something you just said, and I want to mention something. If the people who brought Christianity to Nigeria, for example, had this mindset that you have, then we would not be African societies would not be many of them.
Do you think they did not persecute those who didn't follow through?
You said?
Do you think they didn't persecute those who didn't follow through? The church, the first of all, the church, like Judaism, there are ways to deal with people like that.
You don't understand what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying if people thought the way you thought, like, oh, if I show these people love, if I try to, win them over, I may lose my life. So therefore, it is not worth it. I'm saying if that was the mindset that the Christian missionaries who came to Africa had, you will not be talking to me right now.
Yeah, but that's different. They work with the community, not with the individual.
Yeah, I'm just saying that an individual having that mindset.
This guy is saying, but for the Christian missionaries, he would not be here right now. Reggie?
He's from one of the 12 tribes of Kunea. He's actually from the from the Herschel Walker tribe. At first, when he first started talking, I thought he was from the Clarence Thomas tribe. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he's definitely one of the descendants of Herschel Walker. He is a coon, first class. He shines shoes on the weekends, and he tap dances Wednesdays and Fridays after revival. He's a motherfucking African, pure blood. That's what he is.
This guy said, but for the Christian missionaries, he will not be here talking to her. No, Frank, you're not doing us any favors by doing something. No, come on. You really are going to give the missionaries that much credit? Hey, goodness me. Come on.
It's not a bad thing. It is not bad.
I know. You work with
He says it's not a bad thing.
Look at his teeth. He even got coon teeth. look at his fucking face. That's a coon friend.
I bet Rebecca is sitting there thinking, I don't believe this.
Look how close her face is to the screen. She's like,
I bet she's saying in her mind, she's like, I don't believe I'm listening to this. The people that stole our religion. No, she's sitting there thinking, the people that stole our religion, they remixed it, right? They took that shit from us, changed the whole thing around, went all over the world, and used our religion to colonize you. And you're sitting here saying, but for. Oh, man. Come on.
With the community, yeah.
You said?
Also, they did it for themselves. It gave them some satisfaction to do that. That's another thing.
Whatever
It's
you
like,
want to say out of why they did it. Maybe psychoanalyze them all you want. I'm just saying.
like it's a good thing. Somebody paid for them to do that. So amazing. That's their job. Great. The psychologists also do that, and they get paid for it. So, like, yeah, good.
So people paid for the missionaries to kill themselves. So to end up
Duh.
the
Yeah, of course.
I think that's all it is to everything that they did.
But they get rewarded for it. It's not like just a pitfall of. It's not just a dark hole of like they throwing their hopes and then like.
I don't even understand what you said.
I'm just like saying that it's not like that straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward in what way? I'm just saying these people gave their life.
Also, sometimes people don't have a chance. Like, it's better do that than and accept like death because you're one in a million. Sometimes it's a choice.
You really need to read stories of Christian missionaries. You like to read. I just read stories. So
I know Christians think.
You guys said read stories. You all heard him. Read stories of Christian missionaries. Frank, I hope that you will find this video what we're doing. It is because of people like you. It is because of people like you. I went and got this book by Norman Lewis. It's called The Missionaries, God Against the Indians. It says on the front of the book, this book will make you angry. It is about the genocide practiced today against helpless people in the name of God. This is about missionaries, where the missionaries have been, the terrible things they did in the name of God. Frank, you should go and get this book before the next time you go and embarrass yourself in public, talking about telling her to go and read what the missionaries did. Shame on you, Frank.
Have y'all ever heard an American person? Have you ever heard an American person say a great value brand version of something? Have you ever heard her say that?
A great value.
A great value brand version. It's a slang term, and where it comes from. Okay, so Walmart, right, which is the biggest store here, they have their own brands. It's called Great Value Brand, and it's a pretty good knockoff.
We got value brands here as well.
Okay, so
we've got value brands in the store,
right? So he looks like a great value brand Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
Yeah, he's like a great value
brand Meek Mill. Oh, yo. Guys, I'm going to put the title in the chat. Okay, I'm going to put the title of the book. So it's Norman Lewis. Let's see, Norman Lewis. The missionaries. Oh, it's a must read. I recommend you go and see what missionaries did in the name of God. The missionaries, God against the Indians, God against. Yes, that's it right there. I think God against God. There's a gap between the God and against. But yeah, it's right there. Oh, Frank.
The Christianity is the Christmas tree of virtue signaling. I know what it is.
She said Christianity is the Christmas tree of virtue signaling. Oh, Rebecca. How's this lady? She's just sitting there. Huh?
I love her.
You do?
Yeah.
She burning it down now.
Reggie, would you say this is cooking?
The straight face.
Reggie, how far do you think she has cooked this guy?
both sides black and burnt.
Hey. She's cooked. Mm-mm. She came to cook. She came with her whole hat, chef hat. She came with her spatula. She came ready.
Definitely.
Just read about Christian missionaries and see some of the things they did. And understand that
it's okay. It's okay. Shauna, in Scotland, it was cow-based, which is why the clans would raid each other cows. Thank you, Shauna. A funny comment. You see, Scotland, like the amount of cows you have, or those who can ride the cows, the best for like. Turks, when they can't still create cities and technology, are forced to actually create civilization. Yep. Ayatollah, thank you. Jax gave 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Jax. Yeah. And also she's saying, this is not the time to be silent. We have voices for a reason. Be proud of truth and stand up for it. Yes, do it. And Shauna Thompson, in my experience, people don't change because of boundaries. They change because of something in their life, teaching them the hard lesson. Yeah, usually they need trauma. Set boundaries for you. Rebecca is connecting. Yeah, boundaries is for yourself. Like it has to be like something hard. Or if someone like if they see you as really, really important, like something like really like crazy important, they might like feel that this is enough of a trauma or hard time for them to try to change. But like I said, like I have a friend who his mom was just like whatever, she just cut him off. So, and that's his mother. So
okay. Yeah. Is that what the super chat? I thought you've read all of them?
I just read this. I got the I went through a super chat. Thank you everybody for if you guys want to give us money, you're more than welcome to. Also go follow Frank. And I'm sorry for cutting you off. It's just Christianity.
I'm not saying
it's beautiful, it's great, it's amazing, whatever.
I'm just saying you see how they lived. I'm not
listen, Christianity is like Islam to those who were cannibals. Improvement, 100%, I agree.
All right.
Not the best. Not the best.
I tried my best. I don't know why you make it look like I'm saying when I brought the story of Paul, you just made it look like I was pitching Christianity against Judaism. And that was
no, because Paul is a Hitler. Like Paul is like
Paul was Hitler.
It's like talking about Che Guevara. You know what I think about people who think Che Guevara was cool. This is what I think about people who bring up stories about Paul. In anything that is remotely positive. Yes. Anything that is remotely positive. It's okay because you're from Nigeria. I get it. You're not from here. You didn't know what you were. You were confused.
So if you see a Jewish person who thinks Paul was cool and Paul is great, you put him in the same
yes, as people who think that have Che Guevara shirt. It's the same thing. A lot of them don't know that Che Guevara had concentration camps for gays, for example.
Okay, so
just because they're stupid, Paul had a lot of concentration camps. He was an asshole. I mean, he was an executioner. Anyway, yeah. So the same for me, just because you're ignorant. I'm not gonna.
Reggie.
Well, I'm just mad he's laughing. What is he laughing about? She's telling him some real shit.
He's stupid. That's what.
Probably awful. Shauna Thornton, the amount of cows were important. Oh, okay, I see. I'm actually I kind of want a cow right now because they talk about.
I think that's it with the video. That's it with the video. His video early on today. His last stream. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can. Give me a minute, please. Let me pull out the video where he and this gentleman were having a conversation about the Olympics and what went on there. And 1 second, let me.
It was revealed that they have X and Y.
They're
put on some earrings, put on some makeup.
Making fun of
he's right.
Trans, gay people, and that sort of thing. And it was just
than Crystal, Ateria.
Yeah.
So now they're
busy like a game
making fun of, saying, "Oh, let's call ourselves all these."
How many cards is that? That's like 5.
Do you know how many bucks I'm just picking? That's powerful stuff. Powerful. And that's what we're talking about.
Not anything. You can't deny anything Frank is saying because of these attributes.
Yes. See, people in the comments are like, we are going to follow this process. Yes.
People in the chat, they're calling themselves, female names, and it's like mocking trans people, right? By doing this. This is his latest show.
But I said, your name is now. Your name is. He's giving you a better name than Crystal. Ateria.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Sounds like Terraria. Sounds like a game or something. I don't know.
Don't be homophobic. You can be both. Who says you cannot be? You cannot be, a homosexual and still a trans person. It goes hand in hand.
Of course you can.
Nothing.
Of course
you can. Of course, 100%. And that's what we are going to be. And watch us dominate. Okay, watch us, bring the trophy home. I'll be the first trans black woman of color to win, Nigerian, right? To win gold medal in the Olympics.
Bring the gold medal home. Bring it home for Nigeria.
I'll bring it home for the motherland. Okay, so if you support Africa, you support Nigeria, you support trans people, you support black people, you support freedom, progress. Yes, if you are all for domestic abuse, physical abuse, beating women, wife beating, all that stuff. Come on, I'm in the embodiment of all of that, and I'm going to go represent for my people. All right. Yeah, so that's what we are going to be discussing today. That is what we are going to be talking about today. We are going to be talking about what happened.
No,
what is still happening. Okay, what is still happening? We are talking about.
Are you saying something?
Yeah, he's a douche. This guy, don't like him.
He's a douchebag. Now he's got his mates joining him in doing this. This is crazy.
Iman Khalif and Karina. I want to get her full name. I don't know. I keep forgetting. And Angela Karina. Okay, so Iman Khalif and Angela Karina. We're going to talk about their fight. And also, funny enough, as we are preparing for this, today was the day for the Taiwanese trans or whatever you call the boxer from Taiwan.
He's not even giving any effort. At least the Algerian guy is like putting on some makeup, but the Taiwanese. He's like,
the Taiwanese guy is like, nah, I'm from Taiwan.
Dude,
okay?
I'm like random dude in the street. Like,
that guy is a guy.
He's so obviously a guy.
He's not even no effort, zero effort. It's like whose efforts are for dummies. Okay, I'm not going to go like that.
Algerian dude, like he put on some earrings, he put on some makeup, and
he's trying to pass for
grades and did something to at least had some effort, showed
So
I can really respect that. It's powerful.
Now these two are going to tell trans people how to be trans. These two people that are clueless just sitting there, they're going to try and tell the trans people this is how you should be trans.
Let me ask you a question. Is his show based
Reggie,
always on?
Still there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Reggie.
I don't hear you.
Okay, so my question is, isn't his show about religion?
What? Can you guys hear me? I don't
Yes.
hear Reggie.
I can hear you.
I hear you.
Are you on the phone, Reggie? Vessel, say something.
Hello?
Vessel?
Hear me?
Vessel, I hear you. Is you Afro? It's you.
Uh-oh.
It's you.
I can hear you, Afro.
It's me? Let's see.
Yes, it's you. We hear you though, Afro. But my question to him is if his show is based on religion, I don't see why he would make a show about gay and trans people. And the reason why is because like the Bible is this thick, right? There's so many BS stories in that damn book that you can have a whole show about. There's literally thousands of them. Like, why is that on your mind?
And if you're going to go about talking, about what's happened in the Olympics, at least not to start making fun, right? You don't know these people's experiences. You don't know, what's happened. I don't know the full details of what's going on with the Olympics, but just hearing them, I was thinking, oh wow. Because what I decided to do is go and listen to his latest video and see what sort of conversations he's having. Like still the same rubbish. Just come on now, Frank. Come on.
Stuff.
Powerful indeed. Powerful. Let me get the first article we'll be looking at ready. So this is from it today. Right? They had an article about the fight, and this is what they have to say. Okay, this is what they have to say. Let me make it big so that yes, I can see it. Can you see it? Is it visible?
Okay. I think I'm done. I'm done with this.
I can see.
So the title of the edition is okay. The title is Olympic officials address gender eligibility as boxers prepare to fight. And I think this was written. Before the fight occurred. Right. This is funny. This has already been an issue before the fight occurred. All right. So Paris, the case.
I'm done. Done with this. Oh goodness, I'm done with this guy. Anyway, I'm going to put the link if anyone wants to come up and have a conversation with us. That is the link right there. If anyone wants to join, you don't have to show your face. That is the link. Me, Vessel, and Reggie, we're always up for conversation, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
That's all
So,
I do
yeah,
is talk shit.
He talk shit. You were busy all night. Your stream went on all night, my time. So I was thinking, my man, I can't do this. I better go to sleep.
I went to bed probably like 3, and I just told everybody just keep tapping. When I got up, I think it was off, but I ain't sleep too long though. I probably only slept till about 8. But I'm sleepy
How many
now
hours?
though. Maybe 4 or 5.
And it was still running. The live was still running.
Yeah, it probably stopped.
Ran
Yeah, it probably
for a
stopped like an
while.
hour. Like an hour after, before I woke up, it stopped.
Did you stop it or did it stop by itself?
It stopped by itself, but like periodically I would wake up and look, you know what I'm saying, and it'd still be going.
Oh, you never guess. You might not know who this person is, but you never guess who was the person that I came across. There's someone has joined, but they are Super Pan Man. I've not seen them in the chat at all because you have to be careful for, all sorts of crazies can decide to join. So, Super Pan Man, I'm going to bring you up, but I'm going to have my hand on the trigger this quick, because I don't want anyone to. Wait, let me see. How do
That's
I
the
take
damn
someone
sleepy
down?
chair. It's only like 4:45 here.
Okay. Hey, Super Pan Man.
Peace and love, Mama Afro. It's Pandemus.
Oh, it's Pandemus. Hello. Hey, Pandemus. I was thinking, okay. I saw the picture and I was thinking, okay, if this is a troll, my hand, look, you can't see, but I've got my finger right on the ready
No,
to
I
go.
could tell. No, man, I just wanted to say I am well. I always love your shows. Salute to Brother Reggie. You are awesome. Your expressions through this whole video has been perfect. Yo, I just love this, man. I'm glad you invited us on, man. And I just want to let you know that we appreciate you from our side, man. All over the world watching.
Where are you from? You've told me before you're from
Grand Cayman.
From where?
Grand Cayman.
Grand Cayman. Where's Grand Cayman?
Caribbean.
Yeah.
The Caribbean. Oh, very nice. Very nice. And so tell me, Pandemus, you're an atheist. Have you been a lifelong atheist or were you a believer? How did you come about being an atheist?
I grew up in the church, as most of our folks do. I had experience with Islam early in my life. So I was able to So growing up, I had both. And then eventually I went into my own, everybody has their own spiritual journeys. I went looking into Rastafari, Judaism, eventually the different African spiritualities. And then I came to the realization that I really don't believe in any of them.
So your encounter with African spirituality, what was that like?
It was intentional. I was purposefully looking. You remember the time when the whole Kemetic science came about.
Yes.
I wasn't really. I know I'm Nigerian by lineage. So I was trying to find. Yeah, that's right,
Wow.
Mama Afro. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
but so my goal was to find West African spirituality. So I went searching. It was hard to find. There wasn't many websites that I was able to find that was able to lead me in the right direction. Eventually, I found someone who was connected to Oyotunji in America.
Yay.
And through that connection, I started learning Ifa through the Yoruba. But I personally, my family is Igbo. So I wanted to learn something more specific. So I started learning about Odinani and the different,
Okay.
yeah. And in doing all of that, when I sat back and reflected on it, like I said, I just came to the realization that I genuinely didn't have evidence to support the validity of any of them.
Right. Interesting. Are you saying something or?
No.
Oh, okay. So, right. When I first started doing YouTube, I met a gentleman and he shared his story, a bit of his story with me. He was deconstructing and he decided to go this spiritual route. And yeah, started following this man in the US. Now, he is an openly gay man in the US, but he is spiritual. And so he shared with me that he was sexually assaulted. He was sexually assaulted. He was controlled. He was abused. He was, because it's like a cult. He decided to go down the spiritual route and found himself this guru, this person who is claiming to be spiritual, but he was gay. And he joined. And before you know it, he was being used as one of the people that he gave his time, gave everything, and things got really bad. And he said he had to run. He had to run. He's moved away from that area because, things got really bad for him. He told me he will one day come and share his story with me, but it's been a while now, and I don't know if I'll ever, get the chance to hear from him again. But, wherever he is, I wish him all the very best. He gave me the links to the person, this person, the character that he was talking about, and they were online. This man that was the cult leader is online. He's on YouTube. He is actively speaking on YouTube. And I said, let me go and see what this is about. And when I got there, I was like, oh shit, it was just a bunch of bullshit. Just sat there, being his gay self and talking about, the gods and the spirits and talking rubbish. Now, one thing I did notice though, this man, all his videos, comments were turned off. Comments turned off. He wasn't trying to engage with anybody at all. He just come put his thing on so I said, okay, now I see what this gentleman was talking about. So yeah, this whole African spirituality thing, people need to be careful, because for some people, you leave religion, right? And you find all these other things. It's like jumping from frying pan to fire, right? Vessel.
Yes, you're completely right. You're just exchanging one religion for another.
Yeah, just exchanging one for another. So, but Pandemus, thank you. I mean, I do appreciate you coming up and speaking to us. Yeah, but guys, I've put the link out there. If anyone wants to, Reggie, did you want to add something? Reggie went to go and get himself a snack.
Mother Afro, I have one thing I'd like to ask, if that's okay.
Oh, please go on.
Is it okay for a bit of a shameless plug? Like, I do debates and things like that over on another channel.
Where?
It's Paradigm Shift TV 314. There's currently a 6-man tournament.
Listen,
I'm the only
listen.
atheist. Yes.
Right now, you're up here. Go ahead, look at the private chat. Please type it in there, right?
Yes,
Where
yes,
you
ma'am.
do this, type it in there so I can put it in the chat for everyone to go follow. So yes, what was your request?
Well, no, I was just asking permission to even discuss that. I would never just jump on your channel and start advertising for another channel.
What is
Where
it called?
where does this take place?
It's called Paradigm Shift TV 314, and I'm the only atheist in the current 6-man tournament. You know what I'm saying? But they got debates and stuff over there all the time, and I'm currently just trying to look for other platforms to reach out to. Remember, I tried to link up with you a while back. So, like I said, I just appreciate you letting me come over here, and I'll enjoy the show.
Pandemus, if you ever need someone to come and join you debate, just if you ever need a side, him right here.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, he is. But when I say an atheist that he doesn't care who you are. He tell you as it is. It is one atheist that no, we're not here to joke. We say it as it is. Anti-theist. Wait, hang on. Can you hear me? Reggie, I can't hear you. Have I gone again? Have I gone again? Have I gone again?
I can hear you, Afro.
Okay. Reggie. Okay, let me put this in the chat, guys. Guys, this is it here. Copy link. And this is it. Make sure to follow. So it's Paradigm Shift TV 314. In fact, let me see if I can follow now. Facebook. Yes, you are on Facebook. Paradigm Shift. Paradigm. Does anyone have anything else to say? Vessel. Where did Vessel go? Wait, hold on. I think this is me. I can't hear Reggie.
Man, I've been on mute all this time. I've been sitting here talking, not even know.
What have you been saying?
I forgot shit.
Pandemus was talking about his show, and I was saying, contact Reggie if you ever need a sidekick, if you ever need someone to come and, help you muscle in on those believers,
I'm down. And I was also trying to say when I was on mute, I was telling them that Vessel was good too. She's a very good debater too. A very good one.
I've just subscribed to the channel Paradigm Shift TV. I've just subscribed, and let's see. Oh, hang on. Pandemus, is that you? Would that be you? I can see in there. I see somebody. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let's bring it up on here. Let's see if we can find history. Let's see.
Matter of fact, listen, I'm about to show you some of my work. If you come in one of our debates, because I'm about to get on TikTok, either in my room or one of them two rooms, you'll see what we can do.
Yeah, if you on Facebook, friend request me, man. Link me. I'm not really good with Instagram and TikTok and stuff, so you gotta send me the exact link, otherwise I'll miss it.
Hey bro, listen. If you want some real wreck on that debate and shit, the best place for it is TikTok. I'm telling you. Trust me.
All right, please holla at me, bro. Please holla at me.
The best place is TikTok.
That's the best place.
It is. Yeah, for those kind of conversations. Oh, Reggie, you may not know Darth Dawkins. Do you know Darth Dawkins?
Mm-mm.
Darth Dawkins came in your room. He came in your space. Me and him.
When I was sleeping.
We had, yeah. It was at the tail end. You must have woken up and, you must have missed it. But Darth Dawkins, he is when it comes to Christian apologists, he is the let's just say when we're talking the most, I don't know what names can I give that guy. He is the worst of the worst. He is a nuisance. Oh my goodness, he is. You never want to have conversation with that guy. Daft Dawkins. There are lots of channels and people that talk about this guy. They bring his old videos and whatever they do, reviews about him. He is prolific, right? He is when you say Daft Dawkins, he was in your room, Reggie.
Damn, missed him.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
You did. Yeah.
I was What time did you get up?
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
About 8 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, that's probably right around the time I went to sleep.
Oh wow. Pandemic. So you've seen hundreds of Daft Dawkins fail videos. Today was a fail, but I don't think Reggie can download it. Right? I don't think you'll be able to download that bit where he came in on the conversation trying to be his usual Daft Dawkins self. Oh boy, I shut him down. Who has time for your bullshit? He was like, why did you not let me speak? Sir, listen, no way.
Damn, man, I missed it.
That's it. He's arrogant, he's belligerent, he's pompous. He is old. He's an old man. He's not even a young guy. An old man. And you never see his face. He never shows you his face. Oh my goodness, Reggie, you should go and find Daft Dawkins. Just type Daft Dawkins, and listen. This guy, he never wants to talk about his God. He never wants you to ask him any questions about. He wants to do philosophy.
I hate people like that.
Philosophy, those philosophy vibes. That's all he does.
So would you say because
hold on, let me see if I can find a Daft Dawkins. Hold on. Let's see. A Daft Dawkins. Daft Dawkins.
When they start doing that, I just keep on telling them, like, what the fuck I got to do with God?
I literally had that argument last night.
Really?
Yeah, on the Paradigm Shift joint. It's one of the last live videos towards the end.
Yeah, bro, you got to get your TikTok up. You can start getting paid for it too. Instantly, you will.
Oh, now, what's your name on Facebook? I'm gonna go friend request you right now.
Godless Reggie.
Dark. We already be friends.
So I got 2 pages and both them bitches jumping on the debate side.
Okay.
Hungry for attention, that he has been coming into channels that I am in where he does not have mod powers so that he can get posts on YouTube. I was not sure at first if Darth knew that I put the videos up, but as all of you saw recently, everybody knows now that Darth is aware of the channel, right? And so that makes sense because I have DMs with multiple people talking to them about this because I have been doing research on this crazy person, trying to figure out what's going on. And he is definitely hopping into channels I'm in so he can get posted on YouTube. Now, this screenshot that I'm showing is my DM history with Darth going back to 2022, right? Now, it goes back further than this, but I feel like these are good because this is kind of when I started doing the mod stuff with Darth, right? I was modding before this, but this is when I was dealing with like Darth, all of them. Now, something really interesting that
to answer your questions, but when I asked you a question several times, you refused to answer that question, didn't you?
And like there was a bunch of videos up there with multiple people.
No, giving me a gender. No, that's not an answer to my question. You see, don't make me mute you again.
Oh God.
Okay. Now, explain to me from your perspective why the not God world is true, and use that as a defeater for the defense
I'll
of the
elucidate that to you right now. So, do you reject the self-evident truth of our shared
okay, bye. Listen,
reality that's been revealed through all of sound mind through both natural and special revelation?
Okay. Notice he did again what he did the last 2 times where he got muted. Rather than give a defense of his worldview, he's trying to ask me a question. Now, I don't mind somebody asking me questions, but when it is used as a diversionary tactic, okay.
He doesn't like being
hold on. Let me just make one more comment about Taco here. Taco is a dishonest person because he knew he got immediately muted 2 times in a row when I asked him to give me a defense from his point of view that the not God world is true. Two times in a row, he got muted, and he's doing it again a third time. So what does that tell you about his character?
I gave a proof to Taco last night where it was like God, reason without reference to God is impossible. He wanted me to defend that. And I gave an argument that concluded with like autonomous human reasoning couldn't justify the possibility of knowledge.
No, autonomous human reasoning or putative autonomous
Can you hear me?
Operation can't even account for itself.
He was trying to say that it doesn't
I can't hear anyone
because autonomous human reasoning can't justify knowledge.
I hear you.
God, that doesn't support the claim that reason without reference to God is impossible. Like how the
I hear you.
He's totally clear.
That clearly falls, doesn't it?
What you're going to find is people like him when they're
Vessel, can you hear us? Vessel? I don't think she can hear us. We can hear you. Reggie, can you type in the chat? Tell her that in the private chat that we can hear her. Just let her know that we can hear her.
they're dealing with someone who's more knowledgeable like you, they just lie.
I just assumed he was clowning. Or
of course. What do you think he was doing with me?
Yeah.
3 times in a row, I asked him to give a positive defense. I tell you, I listen to more of my fair share of these people on YouTube, and I want to tell you, they are cringeworthy.
Darth is just scared of the atheist.
I heard an argument they ran on.
I sincerely mean this when I say this, and I'm not lying to you. I don't think I'm stupid.
Now, this next clip is very interesting because atheist presuppositional apologetics is a parody argument, parity argument, of the Christian presuppositional apologetics argument, except it's true.
You know, every so often you get these atheists on Discord, this happens periodically over the years, where they start to ape and mimic certain phraseology and nomenclature of biblical apologetics. And this is exactly what this comes from, an adolescent mentality. There is no atheist presuppositional apologetics. There's no atheist apologetics at all, rationally speaking. Okay, I mean, there's a paper that talks about atheological apologetics, which talks about their mental methodologies. Okay, which is one thing. But when we're talking about, they don't have an apologetic system. They don't have an identifiable, defensible model of reality out of which they assert yay or nay. This is why that when I was invited to speak with atheists with PhDs on Discord, almost all of them immediately deflected to pretending to be an agnostic. Like Lawrence Krauss, that foaming at the mouth. He goes, I'm not saying it couldn't be a guiding intelligence. Same thing with P.Z. Meyer said the same thing. They bait and switch. They become transformers. 1 minute they're a self-identifying atheist, and then when you call them on the carpet to show God doesn't exist, they just go, I don't have a reason to believe in God.
By dismissing the logical parity in such a fashion, Darth Dawkins has dismissed his own worldview. Anyways, I think you'll enjoy what happens in this next clip.
For all atheists, I just believe in one more or less God than you do. I mean,
when was he muted?
Anyway, do you get a sense of the kind of conversation that I'm not trying to listen to this guy. Oh yeah. I can't stomach him. All right, guys, this has been good. Right, this has been wonderful. Right, let's see, what time is it? Okay, it's around. It's gone past 11. So what's everyone doing later? We going on TikTok?
I'm about to. I ain't got shit else to do. Oh yeah, I can do that at the same time. I'm about to. You want to go on yours, mine, Vessels? What y'all want to do?
Reggie, I tried to find you, bro. I couldn't find you.
Hold on.
Write the name on the private chat. Guys, please do not forget to give the stream a like. Do not forget to, send some love, right? Send some love my way. Send some love to the rest of the members of the panel. And yeah, thank you all so much. This has been good. I've actually enjoyed this particular stream. I've definitely enjoyed this stream. All right, Dean, thank you so much. That intro is wonderful. I absolutely love it. We can have a conversation about that to see if we can finish it off. It's wonderful. Right. Anyway, folks, you all, thank you so much. And we will see you tomorrow. Okay? All right. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's find one that is one that isn't short one, hopefully.